You're not going to want to offend people by instructing or correcting or bringing something to their attention. And when you become afraid of bringing things to people's attention because you think they're going to leave you, then you'll just leave it under the rug and try to deal with it. But when you're a leader, there are some things you can't deal with. There are some things you're going to have to talk about. There are some things you're going to have to expose. There are some things you're going to have to talk about. There are some things you're going to have to bring out. And you can't be afraid of that. You may not like it, but it's required. And until you get that in your heart, you're going to follow for the rest of your life. You're going to live doing what you don't love for the rest of your life. Oh, it's going to pay the bills, but it's going to drain your power. It's going to pay the bills. It's going to pay the car note. It's going to pay the lights. But you're going to hate waking up. Oh, it's going to pay the house note, but you're going to hate going to work. Oh, it's going to pay the lights. You're going to be able to buy clothes, but you're going to live for the weekend. You're not going to want to. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be successful at something you don't love. And when you become successful at something you don't love, that's called toil. That's called obligation. That's called hurt. Because you're successful, but it's in a dimension that you despise. Wealth is taking care of yourself in the world you love. You understand? It's not how much money you made. It's living what you love. You feel me? So before I go, what rules do you have? See, a lot of us have been hurt and we have attracted nice enemies because we had no rules. We had no rules of engagement. We had no rules at agreement. We just liked how a person looked and let them walk with us. We didn't ask them, what do you know? Where are you going? Where were you going before you came here? Where are you on your way to? You wonder why you get drained and why you lose stuff and keep creating the same cycles. It's because we are attracting trespassers, people who are living but they don't know where they're going. And we're letting them be our friends, and they have no desire to know where they're going. And before you know it, when you attract trespassers to your life, you'll lose your focus. You'll lose your path. You'll lose your path, and before you know it, instead of being where you should be, you where they're going. You're where they're going. It's like, I wasn't trying to go there. But before you know it, you done lost your way because you didn't have any rules. You didn't have any rules. And people who are living and don't know where they're going will join you. And they still don't want to go anywhere. They still don't want to go anywhere. They're walking with you when it's smooth. And then they'll stop whenever they feel to stop and go wherever they go. You understand? And before you know it, you done gave them assignments. When you give a trespasser an assignment, they're not going to be committed enough to make the tree grow. When they feel like it, they'll carry the seeds where they want to go. And when it's time for you to go back and see that tree, you won't find it. And you will ask them, this tree was supposed to be here. But because they were not committed, they didn't know where they were going when you gave them the assignment. And because they don't know where they're going, they will lose the seeds along the way. They will forget to water them. They will forget to plant them. They will forget to be accountable to it. They will be procrastinative. They will make excuses. Why? Because we've allowed people who don't know where they're going, we gave them a job. When you give people an assignment that don't know where they're going, they're going to lose where you're going. They're going to lose your maps. They're going to lose your equipment. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose the water that you needed to go through the desert. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose it. They're going to give it to somebody else. I'm telling you, you have to have rules. Where are you going? See, when you get married or have a relationship, you want to know about them. How many relations? You got some children, you got some kids, you got people, you got some, what's up? You want to know everything about them. What's your credit score? You got a social security number, where you work, how much that you stay with your mama. You want to know everything. You have to ask that about your friends too. Where you going? So what do you want? Why do you want to be my friend? Okay, what drew you here? And if they can't tell you 10 to 25 things that they see in you that blesses them, that says, this is why I want to walk with you, because this is going to help me. It's going to help me see. And you have to say, help you see what? And if you say, I don't know, this is going to help me see. No, you got to know. You have to examine your relationships. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a mess, but this is leadership in your world. I have some friends now, and I've talked about it. And I said, there are some people that I don't talk to all the time, but they all work. They all make things happen. They can teach you. They can do this. I have friends that are in different things. I have friends that have paid off things. And I say, well, I want you to be around because you can show me how to pay this off. You can show me how to do this. I got a friend, and I said, hey, they paid off homes and paid off stuff. I say, lay hands on me so I could pay off. Now, it got paid off by fire. I paid off a house through a fire. But it got paid off. She said, you wanted it paid off, right? I said, that's right, I did. But I told her, lay hands on me. Be friends with me because you know how to pay things off. And be friends with me. Be friends with me. You have to have rules of engagement. If you're a leader, I'm not talking about somebody in charge. You're a leader. And also, like I said earlier, you have to discover what is the one thing that will make me mad. See, you have to understand, a passion is when somebody touches your stuff, touches your life and your dream, and it's like, hold on a minute now. Not get mad if somebody misunderstands you. No, I will let you misunderstand me as long as I don't misunderstand myself. But there got to be something that you're living for, that if somebody turns it the wrong way, it's going to start something in you. If you don't have nothing to be mad about. See, I'm not talking about, like I said, just rootless anger where you shoot somebody, but a passion that'll make you explode. You don't have nothing worth living for. There is nothing worth dreaming unless it makes you mad. Your passion makes you glad and it makes you angry. It is the source of your greatest joy and it is the source of your greatest anger. Your destiny is that. You understand? I know what I'm talking about. What's up, lady? How you doing? You've been blessing me with your scopes, lady. You understand? Jay Charnel. If you guys on there, follow Jay Charnel, okay? Look her up. She's good to follow. Everybody that's on here is good to follow. So you follow them. Everybody on here is good to follow. And everything. How you doing, lady? But you got to have something that's the source of your greatest gladness and your greatest madness. You have to have it. And most of us live and we don't have it. You need rules for your relationships. There has to be an agreement. Why do you want to walk with me? Why do you want to help me? Why do you want to call me? In this time, you got to protect your time. Even if you're goofing off yourself, I'm not going to let you goof it off for me. When you know your purpose, you deserve the right to goof off your own time. But I'm not going to let you steal it. You understand, guys? This is leadership, but most of us don't live for this. Most of us don't like this. It's too deep. It's too unnecessary. It's no fun. It's no fun. It's too, come on. Well, that separates the leaders from the average minded ones. Listen, you're not of less quality. You're awesome. God made us all. We're all qualified, but most of us are not committed to the same degree. And it's not a matter of being committed, and it's not a matter. Sorry, I'm gonna put it back on without Periscope, and it won't be freezing. So I'm gonna put another version on YouTube, okay? Or I'm gonna put another film on. But yeah, it's not a matter of being qualified for a person. You have to feel the qualifications in your own self. What do you mean to you? How committed do you inspire yourself to be because of you? How does living in you, listen, you are always in the presence of God as you. How does living in your own presence, you living with you, how does it inspire? How much does it inspire you to move? How much Does your own presence inspire you to live without excuses? Are you in agreement with you? You'd be shocked at how much of us, how many of us, don't agree with ourselves. You might say, how can you not agree with yourself? Have you ever thought of something incredible on your mind and talked yourself out of it? Have you ever produced a thought and a commitment and an idea and a goal and you talked yourself out of it? Well, you were not in agreement with you. And so it would make you double-minded. It would make you speak highly of yourself, but live lowly of yourself in the same time. You would speak highly of yourself till you inspire yourself and feel good about it. And then you'll talk yourself out of it by comparing yourself to somebody else. And then when you compare yourself to somebody else and feel that you don't meet the standard of someone else, you will drop the ball on your own self. So it means you hate yourself so much you will compare yourself to someone else. Now, if you're going to compare yourself, compare commitments and say, I want to copy that commitment. Scriptures say, mark the perfect man. But when you compare yourself and annihilate yourself, then you never love yourself. If you compare yourself, copy the commitment of the greatest commitments that you see. People that you see making something happen, copy it. Don't copy their businesses, copy their habit. Don't copy what they create, copy their thought. How many of you are copying thoughts? You can't build what I build, but you can copy my loyalty. And how do you copy my loyalty? You have to see what the vision is giving me in order to copy it. What am I feeling because of it? What is it building in me? See, you will copy somebody's results, but you didn't copy their passion. And when you don't copy the passion, you will let it go at the first time of self-hatred because you want to be liked. You have to discover something you love that will keep you strong when people don't like you. You have to discover something that'll make you move, that when people don't like you, you still love you. And it don't matter. See, a good leader don't need to be liked, but they will be respected. You don't have to like my personality. You can say you think you're arrogant. You can say you think you're this. I don't like how you say who God is. I don't like how you do it. You may not like it, but you know I'm still doing what I'm doing. You know I'm still doing it. You can say he's not going to quit. What is it that you have not quit? He's still saying it. He's still doing it. And I don't do it so you can say I'm still doing it. I do it because I'm happy doing it. I have joy doing it. I love it. And I'm going to do it whether you don't do it. But if you're going to mark somebody or copy somebody, copy the value system that they're trusting. Copy what makes them committed to it. See, it's a psychological thing. I'm going to say this before I let you go because I know I'm boring you and I know you got some turkeys in the oven. When you discover your purpose, Tanya, and I'm talking to all of you, I'm just calling your name, Tanya, because I haven't called it in a long time. Not only are you walking in your creative force, all of your habits and inner consciousness grabs a hold of purpose too. See, a purpose is not what you're going to do in the morning for a job. Purpose is when your habit and your blood and your DNA and your mind and your consciousness connects to something too. And it pulls you into a whole new dimension. It's not just you doing business for yourself. Because after a while, if people stop buying from their business, you're going to give up that business and pick up another new one. So your purpose is not in building a business so people can buy something, because you need the people to buy. And if they stop buying, you're going to feel like, well, I better do something else. See, self-employment is not solely purpose. Purpose is not solely the act of working for yourself. That's a byproduct of it. But working for yourself is not the sole attribute of destiny. A shift in your life career is purpose. What is the rhythm of my life, of how I think, how I see, how I love?